Alright, I got this Commander 3000. It's on this Champion boat. And so it has a broken control cable. So in this one, you know, you could do two motors, up to two motors. And of course we only got one. It's on a bass boat. And he's got a hot foot. So there's only one cable in his particular one. You could have four, right? You could have two throttle cables, two shift cables. So this guy is like not too bad, really. Like at first, you know, I'm like, man, I didn't like him. But kind of the once I figured it out, like it's not bad. The problem with most of these boats is that, like, you have to take your arms and you got to reach up in there and you got to try to grab a hold of things, and you know, anyway, it's not easy. So on these guys, normally there's a button here. It's right here, and you push this in, and when you push this in, and you do like this, you know, it shifts it into gear. Right, and shifted it to here, and then what happens is the old school way Mercury, Johnson, Evinrude, all of them did this, is it would advance the timing slightly, and then it would just give it just a slight amount of gas, right? And that was to get the engine warmed up, and that's the only time you'd really use it. If you're out on the lake during the day, then usually you could turn the key if you know, it hadn't been sitting for hours, and it would fire right up. If it was properly set up and all that stuff. Well, to work on these, they had a few different versions. Now on mine, at the base of here, there's a little notch. And basically that notch down there, there's a set screw. It's an Allen set screw, and you loosen it up, and then this thing will, like, you know, have it, you loosen that up, right? But then you got this button. So on the button, the same thing, the way this is notched down here, you could take a little screwdriver and you could pry the button out. People try to, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff, and then the button breaks and you gotta buy a new button. Buttons are like $10. So it's just like, as soon as you start working on one, you almost know it's gonna break. So like, I budget for a button because they break. Especially if they're old and brittle. Like this thing, I believe, is what, 28 years old. So it was in 1997. Did I do my math right? I don't know. Anyway, so you got to get the button out. If you got a set screw, you get the set screw out, and then there's a hex nut. It's like a brass nut, and it's recessed. And that's where that button pushes into. So it just pushes into here. There's a spring inside this box, and that's what pushes, you know, adjusts this lever so that when you put it in gear, then it's like in warm-up mode. So I have a chrome set of sockets to put on here. And for the life of me, I can't tell you the thing. I think it's like 11/16. There's something weird. It's a weird number. Could be something else. But I use like a shallow socket. Seems to get it on, and you can get it, or get it off, and then you can get it back on pretty easy. So then this plate just pries off. Once you get this off, this will pull out, first of all. Once you get the nut off, this will just pull out. You don't have to take the plastic on the handle or do anything like that. There'll be 3 wires, and that's for this trim that goes up and down. And you can lay that to the side. You don't have to do anything with it, you know, or at least I didn't. So then you take this plate off. Now, if your switch is bad, you have to take this plastic piece that's back here off. And I wish you'd quit whistling. My phone, anyway. So then you got to take this off, and then that allows you to get in here and do some maintenance on your switch. So then we're going to take this plate. It sits in like some little recessed plate slots. So you lay that to the side, and then on this black piece right here, this has got your kill switch. This black piece right here has 4 screws that attaches to the fiberglass. And usually there's a lock nut behind it, and that's how it keeps this on. Now there's the other piece to this is behind the fiberglass that the cable is on, and that is attached by 3 screws. I think it's 1, 2, 3, right? And so you don't have to take this off, the black plastic piece, to get to the control box. So at first I didn't like these, and the more I messed with them, I was like, you know, they're not bad. They're not bad to work on. Like I said, the hardest part on all these boats is just getting that, the hardest thing on all these boats is just getting your arm up in there. And if you're a big guy, you may not be able to do it. You almost, like all of these boats, I swear, you almost have to be like a little skinny kid. Like I feel like some little skinny kid. There was a guy, I don't know if he's still around, but he was in the little hometown I'm from, and they called him Skinny Long. Because that's what he was, man. He was like a real tall guy, is real skinny. And he would be perfect for working on boats, because some of these, maybe not long. Thinking about it, you really want to be a short, skinny guy, because then you could like lay in the boats. You know, if you're long, some of these, I don't know, you don't have enough room to maneuver. Anyway, you got to be a contortionist. That's the bottom line. In these boats, you pretty much got to be a contortionist. All right, so that's going to be our project for today. So let's get the box off and get him a new cable and get him all sorted. But he's got some stuff going on with this is an old Champion. I think he said 203. Let's see what this says. It's hard to make out. Somebody did a number on it. Looks like TSB 26222L697. So we know it's a 97. I think he said it was a 203 or 210. This looks like a 203 to me, or 206. I mean, it's maybe a little longer than my boat, but I mean, it seems to be in pretty good shape. He needs to fix that, because that's no good. But you can see by these, it's pretty good, because it kept the line from going up inside here. You gotta have the tool. There's a little tool, and that'll release that. He's got it so tight, can't get it off. But looks like he needs a cap. Probably re-grease these, or he's gonna be on a, anyway. So this is an Optimax, so obviously he doesn't need the warm-up lever. So that's another reason I haven't put the ball back, or the push button switch. I asked him if he wanted one, and he's like, nah man, I just want this. And you know, I'm like, okay. I see that a lot. His was broken. Of course, he didn't know he needed one there. So anyway, got a few things going on this morning. Put the prop back on this thing so that it's ready to go. All right, well, it's the next morning, and I got this Commander 3000 that the guy brought me in. His shift cable's not working, so anyway, we've got to figure this one out. So the way this comes off is you shift it forward, but there's a nut, and on this one I didn't see it, but usually there's a set screw. And see how they have this right here? I don't know if you can see, you can't see nothing. See how it has this right here? Usually there's a set screw, but this one is weird because I've never seen that before. It's not showing it. Just gonna lay it to the side because that all works. Just out of the way, and then he got some screws and stuff right here. So there's can't remember, there's like, I want to say there's 1, 2, 3. I think that holds it on, but then you got 1, 2, 3 of these, and I think that holds this on. So probably gonna have to undo all those. I took the cable off the motor last night when he came over, and you know, it shifts fine, the engine shifts fine, and the cable I can pull on it. So inside this box is why this is not working. So we'll I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll get him started straight, I guess. And so I got my garage just like completely torn apart right now. So that's that one, and these are gonna be smaller. I'm not sure why they decided to use different size nuts, but they did. I don't know, I got this crappy ratchet. It likes to spin on me. See? I got my neighbor mowing her grass. I'm gonna leave the lid up. If it start, I wrapped this up, which is his charger. It's probably battery proof or waterproof, battery proof. Get out get a towel and put this thing on. Take the back off of there. Man, he just spray painted this all up. I don't know why he didn't, like, you know. So that'll never come off. He needs a new fuel on a bulb. But yeah, I'm just gonna, if it rains, I'm gonna squirt some super clean, and you know, I'm not gonna waste any water to do it. I gotta walk over here. But if it starts raining, I'm gonna leave it up. All right, so I'm taking the back off of there. That's what I'm doing. I'm completely off the charts here. I don't know where I'm going. What I'm doing. What I do with my screwdriver. It's probably in there. I'm gonna take the back off and get that cable. I might hook up a piece of string and pull this thing through, or tape around my fish tape and pull it through. I kind of don't need to do that just yet. I'm gonna see if it rains. We're getting her done, man. Fellas, ladies, we're getting her done. We're working on it. Alright, I got this all-wheel cleaner. Stand out the rain. Give it a few minutes, man. Let it get some moisture. Ah, she had to quit. That's how it is in the spring. Oh yeah, it's coming down now. Let's put my Happy Rain jacket on. I'll let that set for a second. I'm gonna run a brush through it real quick. That'll help. Here a little more rain. Should I charge him? Just charge me with, oh, I thought you said you wanted this cleaned out there, fellas. I mean, you know, I gotta take my time into consideration there, you know. I mean, that took a while to do there. Well, it looks better, don't it? I can reach down in here. That's really greasy down in there. Alright, well, it looks better. It just kind of took the edge off. That's about it. I don't know why. It just drove me crazy looking at that. You know? Like this was just, you know, hanging on. So, I'm gonna have to repair that. See? That just figures. Anyway, we'll get that figured out. I think it was just stuck in there anyway. All this gray hose needs to go. But, see if we can get him fixed up with a cable. Alright, I got the cable out. And, like, you know, you're like, oh, I gotta measure it. So, let me find it. I don't know if you can see it. A little light here. It says, this is upside down, I can't read it. Made by Teleflex. I think that's Teleflex. Meterflex. Probably some cheap knockoff, that's why I failed. I think that's Teleflex though. CC17904, 14 foot. November of 87. This is an old one. So we just need to find a new Mercury Teleflex 14 footer. But it's been around since 1987. And by the way, just like you see it, what happened with this one is this is the end. It broke off right there inside of the sheathing. Anyway, we get one of those ordered up and be done for the day. Alright. I got people delivering refrigerators and mowing early yards and everything else. I gotta change out this this cable, the shift cable. The shiftages, it does the shiftages, but this one doesn't, because it broke off. Like something happened, it's old, snapped. The number on here was like I think it's from original 1997 when this boat was made. This is a Champion 221, by the way. I think that's what he said. I don't see an emblem anywhere other than Champion. But I got the cable out, and then I just gotta tie it onto here, the new one, and send her back. So what are we doing? I got a Dometic cable, C-Star Dometic. Nowadays that's what they call them. Extreme control cable. So hopefully not too bad. Should be what it is. It either goes good or it don't. You think as many as I've done, the things will get easier, but they don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, here's our cable. Alright, we need to send this end back. A little thicker though. That's the only problem. Like, I like that it's thick, then I don't want to, because I still have my fish tape I fished through. We're gonna hope this works real good. Sometimes, you know, it's what it is, but I don't think we really have anything in the way. I wish on these they would have made the two compartments here where you could access, and I suppose you could, the guy wanted to, he could do that. Just cut a hole in the plastic and make it where it was like some kind of, I don't know. Let's make this so it doesn't get towed up. We don't want it all towed up. There they go with the, well, they got the two refrigerators out. Two big old boys right there. They got one out and they're ready to put the other one in. Nowadays they got the crazy thing, they just latch on and then they just carry it. Look, it just goes around the bottom. If you haven't seen, should have lifted up. Come on, boys. There you go. See, now two guys just lift it up, walk all the way in there, walk right up them steps. Can you imagine? I don't know how we did it in the old days. I really don't. I don't know how we did it. We manhandled that deal, is what we did. And I always got the short end of the stick. The short guy walking backwards. Alright, we got that taped up good enough. So now, we're just gonna have to pull some back. Well, you know, I got the tape running all the way over here, so yeah. It's kind of, only problem with it is you gotta walk back and forth. As you can see, alright. Now I gotta get it started. See? See what I'm saying? Alright, now I gotta get it started to go back there. You don't want to, you know, you don't want it to go real crazy. But it may be like it's stuck down in this part. So then you just gotta, you know, Working back and forth. Gotta work it. Work it out. See if I can lay here and contort into some kind of crazy position. See if I can even reach it. Sometimes, man, I don't know. I thought it was stuck, and I've made it through. See that? See that? I don't know. See that taped up? There it is, right there. All right, let me get. Hang on a minute. Let me get this. Let me get that out of here. Come on, man. So, like, I'm not gonna pull on this part, because that's the part that's like, you know, it's important. All right, we can just keep fishing it through. Roll this back this way. That's why I put the tape on there. Then now it's not damaged. So now we can pull, you know, what we need to pull. Oh, got this. Alright. Should be enough to hook to our remote. Yeah, got a little more than we really need. I guess we could just pull it back. Alright, so I got this to this. So now we just put a barrel in here. And I'm gonna have to go untape all that. Hang on. Alright. It's pretty easy. I mean, you're just gonna put it in this little hole here and run this back. So now I can run it back, cause like, and then I'm gonna need a nut driver. Well, at least these, they have a nut, not a cotter pin. The ones with the cotter pins, they're a real pain. Oh, what did I make? Oh, it's this one. That's right. This would be throttle. This would be throttle, and this is shift. But since he has a hot foot, then you know you won't have that. So I don't know if you can see down in there, but anyway, one's throttle and one's shift. I kind of did that on purpose so they could remember, you know. But I guess really we need to get this, first off, we need to get this down into here. And it's not ideal because it, you know, you gotta kind of, anyway, you gotta kind of have this elevated. So he has this little deal. Take piece of that. Used to have some of those. I think I still do. You got one way or the other. See, like if it's like this, it's probably easier. You know what I mean? So like, maybe you can even bend the cable back and do something like this. See, we got tons of length, so you know, if I have to, I can just do it like this. You know, either way, it's probably easier to just get something to, you know, bend it over. I don't know. Oh, that's right. This goes down. So there's another little grommet down there, and that allows that wire to go through. Alright, so now that's on. Let's tighten her down. We'll get it back in place. And that's just these 3 screws in the nut. So we'll take our handle off temporarily. And we got this little piece right here. It's temporary. Oh, by the way, once you get this in place, put your back on so then it won't come off. You doofus. Well, come on. There it goes. There's a little notch on the bottom that kind of rests into. You know, put our screws back in it. Let's see, what are they? Should be these, right? See those? At one time had a, probably the other two had a washer, but it's missing. And I thought he said he left me the keys, but I don't see the freaking... Oh yeah, he did. He left a key in it. See, there's this. Now, where did that go? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, let me redo it.